Hey guys, today in this video we're going to be working on trap bar deadlift. Trap bar deadlift is something that I encourage all of my athletes to do versus like a straight bar deadlift. It's a lot easier to maintain a little bit more of a neutral spine and keep the weight centered with the body. I see a lot of times in straight bar deadlift, because that bar has to be out front, you get pulled out of good positioning. That upper back tends to round a little bit more, whereas trap bar deadlift, because we can keep those hands in a good neutral position, it's easier to keep the weight centered in the body. We get a much cleaner movement. We'll go through a little bit of the setup today. So Connor, if you want to come on up here, we're going to go over the foot positioning. So come on up and you can see my feet here. So center of mass is where these bars run, and we're going to line the middle of the feet or the front of the shins up with that center line. Setting up is extremely important. If that weight's too far forward, it's going to pull us more into a squat position. We tend to see the back round a little bit more. So Connor, you can head back to the side if you want to for me. All right, once we set up, we'll go through our bracing pattern. So I like to pretend that our athletes are actually deadlifting the bar down on their first deadlift. So we already have that weight in our hands. We're already set, core is compact. So big breath in, punching hands and fists down, core braced. We're gonna lower. I'm gonna keep my eyes forward and down. I allow a little bit of variation here. Some athletes prefer to have their eyes slightly further forward based off of how long their neck is, how much thoracic spine extension that they have, things like that. I like mine forward and down about 30 to 45 degrees. So packing tight, lowering down, keeping toes digging into the floor, keeping heels digging into the floor, reaching that butt back like we're trying to touch the wall behind us. It's up. That weight should be moving straight up and straight down. We should be reaching hips back, eyes forward and down, tap back up. I want to make sure that we are tapping the floor as lightly as possible. A lot of people like to say don't bounce the weight off the floor, but let's be real. No one's bouncing the weight. When that weight hits the floor hard, it is the floor that is doing the deceleration of the weight for us. We want to build very strong brakes for our athletes and anybody that's training. So we want to make sure that our body is doing the deceleration mechanics here. So when you say don't bounce, it's not that we're bouncing the weight off the floor, it's that we're allowing the floor to stop the weight for us. So as we set down, you'll see nice and slow, taking our time, very light tap, standing back.